Howdy, y'all. It's Kathy from RustPaperScissors, and I wanted to say I'm back from vacation. We went to Colorado. It was wonderful. We got out of the heat in Texas, and we had a great time. So if you're in need of any rusted elements, please go to my shop, RustPaperScissors, and you can find a lot of the rusted items that I sell. And I wanted to highlight them in this little flip-flop journal. And I also wanted to highlight Shabbydabbydoodah. While I was on vacation, I know that I saw her video about some of the struggles that she is having, and I was very touched, and then I was also very touched by the outpouring of support that I see on the YouTubers that I watch. There's been quite a few people who have used her items and recommended going to her shop. I had never been to her shop, and so I went, and oh, she's got some beautiful things. So many different kits, and I felt like her prices were very reasonable. They were wonderful. One of the things that I really liked about it, I'm not super savvy with printing out different things. So with her digitals, you get several pages that are the same, but the color might be different or the size of the object might be different. So she's really done a lot of the work for you, and I really found it helpful and exciting. I wanted to just show a couple of the things that I printed out, but these are examples of just some of the ephemera that's in her packages, and it's beautiful. But you'll see these, and you'll see them in several different colors and sizes, and it was just really fun to work with. And I used them in the Flipflop Journal, so I guess I'm going to call it a rusted Shabbydabby Flipflop Journal. But I just wanted to show these and highlight some of the. You get a lot of postcards. Again, you get very different sizes, or various different sizes. And this is just some of how it works. I wanted to mention this. This is called a banker's clasp. I sell these in my shop. An easy way to hold a large group of papers. I think they're fun to use. I can't get them to rust, but I do tarnish them so they look aged. And then back to Shabbydabby's kit. This is just some more of the postcards. This is a page. This is an example of a page that I used where I cut something out. But again, just showing the different sizes and colors. And then this is the same page, but in a smaller size. And so I really found that helpful. And then this would be an example of a page with that's a different color, and I really liked having those options. Again, the same page. And then this is a picture, a copy of the postcards, just at a bigger size. And then this was a piece of collage paper. I used part of it in the journal. I'll mention it when I get to it, but it's just beautiful. And again, you would have this in 3 or 4 different colors in the kit. This is an example of another page of a collage page. Again, there would be several colors. And then this is a page. They were just beautiful. I really enjoyed using them. I used a lot of these in the journal, and I'll show you when I used them. But you could cut out different elements. You could cut these up, or you could use them as a page. And I just really loved it. So I wanted to encourage y'all to go to her shop and look around. She had, like I said, quite a variety of kits, and I was very impressed with the prices, and just the quality that you got. Okay, back to our little flip-flop journal. This one I used for the closure. I just wrapped a piece of velvet ribbon around it because you couldn't use, just a closure this way because it would flop open. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But so I wrapped it with the ribbon. That's not my normal favorite way to close a journal. I normally like to if I use the D-ring fasteners, and I'll show you, if I use the D-ring fasteners, a lot of times I use them, as a traditional front and back closure, and then I just run the ribbon through there and tie it. So that's just an example of the closure. And I do sell those D-ring fasteners in my shop. There's a flip through of this journal. It is for sale in my Etsy shop if you want to take a look. I have another video. My all-time favorite closure is the bulldog clip with the chain. I just think it's a quick and easy way to, have your, to close your journal. And the thing about wrapping something around it, I feel like it takes away from the image on the front. So that's why I like to do that. I know a lot of people are concerned about rust residue, and with rusted items, you really do just have to embrace the rust. But what I've started doing on these bulldog closures, I add a couple of pieces, I don't know if you can see that, I think you can, of sticky backed velvet on where it clamps onto the book or the page, and then that keeps it from leaving a rust residue. So again, those are for sale in my Etsy shop, the little closures. And then this journal, there's I believe a video on a flip through of this journal. This is one of my favorite journals, and it is for sale in my Etsy shop. So that being said, this journal was held together with the D-ring fastener and the ribbon. And it wraps around, because if you just closed it there, this side would open up. So you have to have something really that wraps around. Again, the reason I made the Flipflop Journal, I was inspired by 507 Willow House. Leslie, I believe is her name. And I really loved the little Flipflop Journal. I wanted something a little more sturdy, so I made it out of the file folders, and I have a video on that. I did that just before I went on vacation. The reason I wanted to do the file folder was I wanted to be able to make a little spine on the journal so you could accommodate more pages, and it wouldn't really flip open. It doesn't gator mouth, if you can see. It really gives you an opportunity to add more pages and more ephemera without it gapping open. So that's why I did the little, I call them gussets or little spines, but they're 1/4 inch spines, and I made them out of the whole thing out of a file folder. I did that video, and then I was just going to sell it plain, but when I got back from vacation, I started embellishing. The embellishing part is so much fun that I just wanted to do a little embellishing. My style is very minimum. I leave a lot of it blank so you can make it your own, but I do put a few things in there, and I wanted to talk about the rusted elements. So let's go inside. The cover, well, let's talk about the cover. This little part is just covered in sticky backed velvet. Then I added some corrugated cardboard, some ribbon twist paper. I sell the tan and the green in my shop. And then the front cover is just a digital print. I love this print. This is one of my favorite prints. I use it a lot. And then I just added a little rhinestone trim there. I think it really screams like maybe Paris or France, the black and the rhinestones and the black velvet. I really just love it. But inside on this cover, I crochet these little granny square triangles, and I use them as tuck spots. So this is one of the postcards from Shabbydabbydoodah, and I just included it there as a little tuck in to show that it's a tuck spot. This is just, all the pages are tea-dyed. This is just some tea-dyed tracing paper. And then this is a alligator clip, and I sell those in my shop kind of like a fancy paper clip. On this one I added a little rhinestone to the end of it. I like that because it sticks out when you have your book closed. You see the little rhinestone. It does hold securely several pieces of paper, but I just put it in there for you to have if you had something to add to your journal. And like I say, the pages are very blank. And then this is a envelope, and I just covered it with a sticky backed velvet. I found this trim on Amazon, and I just love it. I think it looks very Art Deco, or, you know, like, again, I think it screams Paris with the black and the rhinestones. I added some vintage lace to the edge here. I also added a little, I rust the bulb pins. I don't sell the rusted bulb pins because I think you can get a bronze color, and I just don't think people would want, you know, to buy just a few of them. I have sold them rusted in large quantities. I think they come in like a quantity of 1,000. If you're interested in something like that, please message me, because I can rust the bulb pins and, you know, make a special order for you. The other thing I did here was, I call these faux French numbers. I stamp the numbers on a metal rim tag, and then I add some embossing powder and heat set it. And so that's that. So I added that. On the inside of this little pocket, I just put, again, a quick digital. This was, again, one of Shabbydabbydooddah's. It's a post office telegram. So I had that in there. And then, again, the pages are just very blank. And then this is just some of the velvet ribbon, and I like to make my belly bands using the ribbon crimps, and these are the small ones. I don't sell these in my shop, but I have them. I sell two different sizes. I sell a 1 3/4 inch size, and I'll show you the difference. Here you go. That's the inch, and that's the 3/4 inch size. But they really do make a quick belly band. You could add a charm because it's got a little hole at the end, so I really like that. Then another thing I did was I just took scraps of paper that maybe I used in this journal or other journals and made a little notebook. I closed it with some of the rusted staples. This is a box of rusted staples. I believe you get 5,000, which is more than a lifetime supply probably. But I also sell them in boxes of 1,000. So if you're interested in those, they work in a regular stapler. I think they do a great job. Again, it's a cohesive look. And then this is just a little tuck spot. And then you keep going. And then on this side of the folder is this was some antique ledger paper. And then I added some vintage lace. And then I covered the spine with some sticky backed velvet just so you wouldn't see it. I thought it added to it. I liked it. Then these are just two little digitals from Shabbydabbydooddah's kit. And then again, the pages are very blank. They're very similar. They're not exactly the same, but you can see a lot of room for embellishing. This is just a little metal rim tag that I stamped on there, Paris, New York, and London. I added it with a rusted brad. I sell these in my shop. I use them all the time. I really like them. This is a rusted book dart. What you can do is you can put it on a page and you could highlight maybe a passage or a word, or just point to where, what you're interested in, or highlighting. You could put your book dart by that. So I included that. This is just the envelope or the center of the signature for this page. Again, it has the sticky backed velvet and the rhinestone trim and lace. And then on this side, it's just, I didn't put anything inside, but I did add a couple of the ephemera pieces from the Shabbydabbydoodah kit, and I attached them on the side with a little cotter pin. It's just kind of like, I know they use them in the work world, but I'm not really sure how to describe them, but it's just like, it's like a little paper clip. I tried selling these, but I didn't have any interest. So if anybody's interested in some small cotter pins, let me know. I've got some. And then this is a baby owl clip, and I love these things. I rust them. I have a larger size, and then I have this baby size. And I really like to use them. I think they look cute. Again, I like the rusted element that adds just to the age of a paper. And then the rest of the back of these pages. I'll try and go quickly. This is the back of this first signature. I added a little tuck spot. This is a Shabbydabby little postcard. And see the variety of sizes. See, here's another one of her postcards, and it's much bigger. So the variety of sizes is great. And then I made just a little booklet, nothing fancy. I added metal prong fastener. This is one of my signature items. I use these in all my journals to add extra pages to journal on. This is what they look like if you're not familiar. You have this piece, and then this is called a compressor. And I'll just show you, you slip them on, and then you clamp them down. And so it just compresses your page, and it works. I love them. Like I say, that it's one of my signature items. I use them in every journal that I make. So I made a little booklet, and then that just goes in there, and then we flip it over, and this is the back. And what this is this is the back cover. It opens up this way, and then I added a belly band using the rusted ribbon crimps. And I love this trim. This is a Hobby Lobby trim. It goes on sale fairly often, so I try to stock up on it when it's on sale. And then again, I just added a little postcard. I liked the blue and the purples kind of going with the theme of the French. And then this is just a little book that I had. It was a kitchen recipe book, but it had a great deal of blank pages, and I love the color of these. They really have the aged look to them. I made the little booklet using what is called a treasury tag, and I just this is what they look like. I sell two sizes. I sell a 4-inch and then a 2-inch, and I used the 4-inch to bind this together, but it gives you a little room when you open it up so the pages can open up. That's what it looks like on the back, but like I say, I rust these because they're bright, shiny metal, and so I included that. And like I say, those are for sale. The two different sizes are for sale on my Etsy shop. Then this is just the little flip out, all the different pages. I added a little metal rim tag that I had stamped on, tea-dyed, and then I used one of the brads. And then on this side, this is just a little fabric flip, and I have it cooked on there with a ribbon crimp, and then it would flip up. And then I saw WhichCraftDoYouDo. She did these little fabric flips where she made it look like the pen had rusted onto the fabric, and I believe you just use Tim Holtz re-inker and put it on there. You just need a dot. You wet the fabric, you just need a dot, and it looks like it's rusted. So I really like that. She has a great tutorial on her website. It's WhichCraftDoYouDo, and it's the rusted bulldog clip, bulb pen on some fabric. And then I just added, I call this the faux French words, and I stamp a word onto the metal rim tag, and I emboss it with some clear embossing powder. This summer I have several different obligations that I've got to do, so I've taken a few of the items that I make. I deactivated them in my shop. If you message me, I can probably still make some of them, but I didn't want to have them in my shop and not be able to, get them out as quickly as possible. I will put them back in my shop after the end of the summer, but like I say, if you need a excuse me, if you need a special order, please ask. And then this is the center of the signature. It's a little envelope with some trim, some of the vintage lace, and then on the back here I just left it blank. This was kind of like I don't know what kind of paper bag it was, and then I just added a little number that I made with some Avery labels on my printer. That was an easy way to do it. If you don't have a lot of labels and or numbered things, use the Avery labels, and the Avery website is very easy, user-friendly. You can make a lot of cute labels. Sometimes I use this little label paper, or you can use a whole sheet of the clear matte label paper and make tons of little images that you stick on, and they can be see-through. So I like the Avery products. I think I have a video on that, but it would be a while back. And then this is just the back of the signature. Again, the pages, I left this one blank. And then this is the back cover. Again, the sticky back velvet, the corrugated cardboard, the ribbon twist, and then just an image, and then you flip it over. And then again, here is another of the granny square triangles that I made. This is just, again, a grouping of paper that I put together. There's a library card, there's a tag, there's a guest check, and I just hold them together with these clam clips. I love them. There's supposed to be a special apparatus that you attach them to the papers. I don't have that, so I have a difficulty using these. Again, they don't really rust, but I tarnish them. I haven't really sold them because I don't have a good way to, for you to attach them. So if anybody's interested in some clam clips, please let me know, because I've got some. They're just, if you have the apparatus, it might be easier, but I use it without it and just open it up, and it seems to work. And then this is just some blank pages. This is, again, going to be a book dart. So see, you can put it at a special place on your page and highlight what you're interested in. This is another little metal rim tag that I'd stamped and put a little rusted brad. This is the center of this signature. Again, it's the sticky backed velvet, the lace, the trim. And then this is one of Shabbydabbydooddah's from the collage page. And I really like that, so I added that to the back of the envelope. And then these are just the pages. I'm trying to hurry. And then this is just the back of the signature. I crocheted this little flower, and then I added a rusted fender washer and a brad. The fender washers, I sell them in my shop. I sell two sizes. I sell the a 5/8, and then I sell a 3/4 inch size, and I usually just attach them with the rusted brad. So I just wanted to mention those. And then if you flip it over, this was just some vintage music paper that I printed onto some tracing paper, and I just attached it to the signature, and I just left it plain. I figured you could add, a picture, or you make some kind of belly band or flip out if you wanted. And then here's our pages, and then on this one I just added this little metal rim tag, and then I had this word Paris. I'm not sure what kit I got that from, but I just put those two things together. It's a little tuck spot, and then it gives you a place to journal. This is some typewriter paper. I just like to include a variety of papers, and then this is just some ledger paper. Again, the center of our signature. This is another one of Shabbydabby's collage page, and I really like that. This is just a rusted paper clip that I added. I sell these in my shop. These are the jumbo, and then I sell the regular size. I sell them by the box. So if you're interested, and these are just the back of the papers, and then this is the back of the signature. I wish on this one, this is the front cover, I wish I had made this a double belly band where this was also the ribbon. So I wanted to just mention that you could add, your ribbon, and it could have been a belly band on both sides. And, sometimes you don't think of those things until after you're done, and then you're like, well, I couldn't really take that off. I glue these on. Not only do I crimp them, I glue them on. So that's the little journal. It will be for sale in my shop. I also wanted to mention just a couple of other little things. I also sell I call these duck clips or hair clips that I rust. Again, they hold paper very well. This is a little, I think they're a binder clip is what they're called. These are the mini ones, so I rust those and have those for sale in my shop. And then everything else I think I mentioned the two sizes of the treasury tags. I have the 2-inch and the 4-inch, and it's just a fun way to add some papers to your journal, and I've added tags with them and just several different things. So that's just some of the rusted items. I wanted to wish everybody a happy, safe 4th of July, and just hope you'll come back to my shop and get your rusted items. Thank you very much.